Okay, so this is part 2 of your journey for weight loss surgery. And what we're trying to do now is bring you guys up to speed as to where we are and what's going on. If by chance you've not seen part 1, I'm going to link that here if you would go watch that one first, and then that way you'll be brought up to exactly what's happening now. Okay, so after we left her first bariatric appointment, you know, you were sharing the basically, what is it, the acid reflux stuff.
And then EOE.
EOE. Okay, so after your appointment, what did your doctor require that you do?
So, along with like the regular doctor's visits that I have to do for just the surgery in general, I have a nutritionist appointment, so they go over like calories, things like that. I had to do like a metabolic test where I think I couldn't drink or eat anything a certain amount of time before the appointment, and I breathe into this tube, and it's supposed to tell me how much or how many calories that I burn just at rest, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
Pretty cool. I had to do an exercise test, so he just did different little exercises to see like my strength and stuff. Passed that with flying colors. And then, did I mention psych? I spoke with psychiatry just to make sure, you know, things lined up with my mental state and everything. So I passed that easily.
Good mental health.
Yes. Biggest struggle I dealt with was the nutrition part, which is kind of like understandable because I'm going through this for a reason. So that's what took me the longest to get past with, but that's for the surgery. So then for like the EOE, which EOE is eosinophilic esophagitis. So basically when I consume, mainly it was like meats or things like that, it would get stuck where I would have to either throw it up or just wait for it to kind of go down my throat. And if I try to eat anything or drink anything before it passed, it would just come right on up. So I dealt with that a lot. So I had to do an EGD, which was when they went down my throat. I went to sleep like a local anesthesia, and it wasn't long. It was the best sleep ever. But they go down my throat with a scope, kind of see what my esophagus is looking like. And he also dilated my esophagus. So it was very tight the first time. I had to do it 2 times. It was very tight the first time. And there was also like strictures in my esophagus. So basically where it's supposed to be smooth, it wasn't smooth. It was kind of rigid and things like that. So he told me that if I did not get this surgery or get this dilation and stuff done, and I didn't get my EOE treated, that I would not be able to swallow. So this surgery was a blessing in disguise.
Right. Okay. So you didn't find that out until after you went to your first bariatric appointment.
I've known I had EOE.
Yeah, because you had the test done years ago, but I'm just saying, she had to go through all of this before they would even clear her to have the weight loss surgery. Okay, so back up. So after your appointment, see, she was hoping that she would be able to have the surgery before the end of the year.
Yeah.
We were thinking maybe December, but that didn't happen. So after that first bariatric appointment, her doctor scheduled other appointments for her. So let's go back to our first September appointment where they had to do the manometry. The tube. So let's go back there for a second, and then we'll come back and talk to you after that. Well, we just finished this procedure. Take your mask down a second so they can see what we got going on. She has to keep this tube in for 24 hours.
No, the other one is like, you know when you feel, it's like, I felt like something on one side of my throat just stuck in there. Every time I swallowed, I would feel it.
Oh, really? Was that when you were drinking the stuff?
Yes, I would drink salt water and I couldn't swallow. And I had like these little random swallows that my body would just do automatically. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I had to start my time all over again. Because the swallow was like 20 seconds.
Oh, okay. Okay. But you still did good because it took probably at least about 45 minutes. So you did well. They wouldn't let me, they let me stay back for the interview, but not for the procedure. So
it was tough.
all right. And she's a trooper, so she's actually getting ready to go right on to work.
Yeah. Gotta do what I gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so kind of explain the tube and what that process was for. And
it was terrible. I work in a clinic, and when I told them I had to get this done, it was like, ooh, I'm sorry. So basically, with this test, they were like testing if like my food comes back up when I swallow or something like that. So originally, when they first put the tube in my nose, I was in the office and I had to lay down, and they would give me like some kind of solution, like a salt water solution, and I would have to swallow it, and I couldn't swallow anymore after that. Like I had to do one big gulp, and then they would like measure and see how it looks when it goes down. Well, for some reason, it's just the way that tube was in my throat. I would swallow, and I would do like a little mini swallow. Like I would have to hold it, but sometimes I would just do a mini swallow, and it wouldn't be my fault, but it would just happen. So it took a little bit. I just had to like really breathe through it, think through it, and just focus. Yeah, trying to stay calm and focus. So I got through that, but I also had to keep that in my nose overnight so they can test it overnight. If anything got stuck or anything like that, I would have to press like a little button on the machine they had.
So there was a machine connected to you, right? Okay.
It's like a little baby purse. And I took it to work. Like they said, eat normal and things like that. I could tell like if I had meats and stuff, I would feel the tube being pulled down as I was swallowing.
Oh wow.
It was terrible.
Oh, it was
terrible.
Wow.
So they did that, and then I think that came out fairly normal.
But the next morning you went in, they were just able to, after 24 hours, they were just able to pull it out.
I was sorry.
Okay, so I wasn't there with her when they took it out because that was simple.
I was sorry to go back.
So then after that, you had to have the
EGD.
EGD. And y'all, I'm sorry, for whatever reason, I don't know why we didn't capture that.
We didn't capture it.
But really, it just would have been a video of them seeing you before and then you coming out because I couldn't have gone back there. But they did put her to sleep to do that. The best sleep. And then in them doing that, they were able to look at your
they look at my throat,
your throat,
and everything, and then they get to dilate.
They dilated
it. So, like I said before, the first time I did it was back September. And that's when it looked terrible. So then they put me on an injection. And I had to do that weekly, which
the injection was for
the EOE.
The EOE, and that was to help your esophagus.
It helps me it helps lessen the eosinophils in my throat, so that way I don't get the food caught.
Okay, so that's what the injection was for. So it's not like it was a weight loss injection.
No, it was not weight loss.
Okay,
no, not
so the injection was for your throat to help that. Okay,
yes.
So then you had it done again
in February. Y'all, I had to get it done on February 15th. And I had prepped the day before. So I couldn't eat like I wanted to on Valentine's Day.
That's why you didn't realize how easy it was to get that appointment.
Yes. Yes, it was very easy.
So from September to that February appointment, the results and the improvement was just amazing.
It was amazing. He did dilate me one more time in February, but it went down like what he used to dilate went down a lot easier. Okay. He said the eosinophils was basically gone, and the strictures that I had, like the ridges in my esophagus, were gone. Everything looked great. So that injection that I take is doing great. I don't have to do that weekly anymore. It's every other week. Thank God, because it hurts. But I do that every other week now, and I will be on that forever.
Basically. Oh, wow. Okay. And I'm trying to think of questions to ask her that maybe you guys are thinking or, wanting to know. Okay, so after that part, your doctor, your surgeon for your surgery, he was good as far as he wanted her to have those procedures done before he would clear on his end for surgery. So then after that, we still have the nutrition piece, because with surgery, you have to be cleared by what? Psych, nutrition, exercise. I think that's all the things. Okay. So now nutrition, she still needs to be cleared for nutrition in order to get cleared for the surgery. And that took a little longer.
Yes, I had to get my mind right. My mama helped me knock myself into place. And then I told my nutritionist that I had to come to Jesus with my mama, and she piggybacked on it. So I can honestly say my nutritionist is the best. I love her. She gets on me, but she does it in a very sweet way. I've cried during my appointments, but it's been great. So I'm excited. I'm thankful for the team I have around me, between the doctors and nutritionists, and then my family.
I know, right? Okay, so after all of these delays, which were good,
Yeah, they
were
good.
They were good. Necessary. They were necessary. It was very frustrating for her, but I had to kind of talk to her and let her know, babe, whatever the doctor says that you need to do, it's going to be for your own good. It's going to be for your safety, for your health. So take a chill pill, delayed, but not denied. Yes. So you were trying to get it by December. You said so much of deductible.
And he would have.
He
told me in like November, he said, I can get you in, maybe I think it's like the second week of December, and I was like, but I'm not clear about nutrition.
Yeah.
So that nutrition part is very essential.
So what did you need to do in order for nutrition to clear you, or what wasn't you do? What weren't you doing?
So for one, I still had to get back to my first initial weight when I saw the doctor, the surgeon.
Okay. And you had to keep a diary of what you were eating.
Yes, I had to log
and you weren't really doing that.
I wasn't doing that. I was still kind of eating like I wanted to.
Okay.
And what else? I also have to do like this 15 and 30 rule, or 30 rule as they call it. So 15 minutes before I eat, no drinking, and then 30 minutes after I eat, no drinking. So it just helps my body just digest everything, so that way I know if I'm really full or not. So doing that, and then like I said, the main thing was tracking for her. I believe was the tracking, and she realized, like I said, after that Come to Jesus meeting with my mama, she realized I, got myself back into shape. So I would say December is really when I was like, okay, I got to get back into doing what I need to do, and then
so you can get this done.
Yes, and then I got cleared in February, and it caught me by surprise because I still wasn't like where I needed to be. You want my hair?
Oh, I'm sorry. Look, wait a minute.
I was like, why is it not moving?
Pause. Listen. Subject change. Her hair. That is so funny. Yes, the locks are gone. We're going to go back to when you were cleared in just a second, but you are so funny, girl. I can't wait to look at this and see
your... I tried to be discreet, and I couldn't. I was like, oh, it's her elbow.
Okay. I cannot wait to go back and look at this video to see your expression when my elbow was on your hair and you were trying not to tell me. Okay, so we're going to go back to when you were cleared, but since you mentioned hair, the locks are gone. Oh, wait a minute, I messed it up. You wanted it in the front. Excuse me, girl. Okay, the locks are gone, and that was a whole nother process, you guys. It took me about 2 weeks. Listen, her mama been hanging in here with her.
She has.
It took me about 2 weeks where she wanted her locks cut out. Why?
And
here comes Jackson and Papa, so you'll probably hear them.
So one of the main reasons is that I had already been kind of contemplating on the fence of it, but knowing that I had this surgery coming up, there is a possibility of some hair loss.
They don't want to see
Papa.
Good job.
You were working out with Papa?
And you got a popsicle in the lawn.
Come here. Tell YouTube family, say, hey, everybody, then you can go in there with Papa, okay? Because I said Jackson was coming in. I know they're going to want to see you.
You say hey?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Okay. You help
Popsicle gonna go real wrong.
Popsicle. What? That part, okay. Go on in there with Papa. Love you. Go on in there with Papa. Say, see you later, alligator.
See you later. See you later, alligator.
Ain't no wild crocodile. All right. I go in there, Papa. There is a possibility of some hair loss. I've been looking at different things. I'm on different Facebook groups. So I know how to kind of combat that a little bit. But my locks were at a point where it was time to get rid of them. I miss having locks. I loved my locks when I first got them, but between breastfeeding and having a kid and then breastfeeding, it does a lot to our hair. I didn't know that until afterwards. So I combined them one time early part of last year, and then I went and consulted with someone, and they were saying that it still looked weak, so I combined them again. That second time,
You didn't. It
messed it up. It wasn't my locks.
You had some
anymore.
3-headed dragons.
4-headed
dragons.
It was terrible. So like I said, I already been contemplating, because I go a good distance to get my hair retightened for one. And that was taking a toll. And so I love my loctician, but it was just having to do that.
And you loved your locks.
I did love my locks
before you combined them.
So it was just time. I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. It's gonna be a whole new me, y'all, from head to toe for real. Okay.
So, thinking about having surgery and everything, we just wanted to get them cut out. She probably had a good 3 inches left, because I was trying not to cut it too low. Was wanting to make sure I left enough length for when she got it braided to be able to easily. He's getting his cars to be able to easily grip it. So that's why we have the braids, and I love them. I think they are absolutely beautiful. And after having surgery, not worrying about having to fool with hair. So by surgery time, she should be able to kind of put it on top of her head and be good. Okay, so let's see. We're 15 minutes in now. Okay, so back to getting cleared for surgery. Oh, wait a minute. With the nutrition, her thought process, even with your locks, going maybe about a year without them, and then probably getting the locks back in.
Have some little fun, do different kind of hairstyles, and then I'm probably gonna get them back. My hair, after getting these in, I realized my hair is meant for locks.
And you notice I didn't say anything about the thickness of your hair, right? Okay.
I was looking like Florida Evans. Y'all know Florida. Florida had to get a little.
You and your mama.
A little bit.
Okay. Say this a rogue. Okay. Anyway, now getting cleared.
Yes.
And we're going to get back on task, back on subject. Getting cleared.
So getting cleared, when I had my appointment, it's been virtual appointments where I've never physically gone into the office to see her. So it's all on the phone. And I was like, I'm going to do better. I knew what she wanted me to do. Yes, okay. My nutritionist. I knew what she wanted me to do. So I did better, not thinking I was going to get cleared, because I wasn't at the weight that I needed to be. So I was like, she's not going to clear me yet anyway. I'm like 3 pounds away. But she was like, I'm going to clear you today. And I said, I had to keep my composure.
And see, she didn't have to do my 600-pound life weight loss. It wasn't anything like that.
I gained between August and December was 7 pounds. And remember, it was Thanksgiving time. All that
Thanksgiving,
was
Christmas.
All of that was
mama
going on. It wasn't nothing crazy.
And stuff and cool.
It wasn't nothing crazy.
So
but it was
had to
enough.
lose that.
I had to lose that, because he did tell me before he left. I said, do I need to lose any weight? He said, don't gain any.
He did. That first appointment, he told you, do not gain any more weight.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
So, so I was very surprised when she cleared me, but she was like, you've been doing what you're supposed to do. You're doing your logs, things like that. So I said, yes. And I cried a little bit.
Did you?
I did. Oh. I cried. I had to tell people at work. I was so excited.
So, and for those of you that probably waiting on her to say how much she weigh, ain't none of your business right now.
Ain't not none of y'all business, okay?
Now,
not
at some point, if she decides she wants to share that, that's her business. And if she wants to share, she will share. But I'm not at liberty to share. So those of you, wait a minute, how much you weigh? Y'all gonna tell us how much you weigh?
I ain't telling y'all nothing right now. How about that? Wait until I lose it.
You may.
Then we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. Maybe after a while.
Maybe.
Okay. So we are finally cleared for surgery. She calls me, and when she calls, she duos me.
Because I don't have an iPhone.
Because she doesn't have an iPhone. She duos me, and when I see her expression, I know immediately, she got cleared, and win. Okay, so we have a surgery date. So since this video is, we're at 17 minutes now. We still have to go to your pre-surgery appointment. Mm-hmm. So let's stop now. Let's go to her pre-surgery appointment. Is that what it's called?
Pre-op, but it's
okay. Yeah, pre-op appointment. And then we'll do the pre-op appointment clips right here, and then we'll come back and talk to you just for a few more minutes to let you guys kind of know where we are as of right now.
Because, we got something to tell you.
Today is pre-op day. Are we ready? What's today?
28th, March 28th.
Thursday, March 28th. So we will be having surgery. She will be having surgery in 2 weeks. You ready?
It's going to go by really fast.
It is. It's going to go by real fast. And then next week, Tuesday we'll start
The shutdown process.
the shutdown process of the. It's not a straight liquid diet, though, right?
Mm-mm.
But definitely a severely modified diet
Severely.
on Tuesday. So, and I think we're gonna do that with her, at least me and her auntie, right?
Yeah, I gotta get support system.
Actigol because you still have a gallbladder,
Mm-hmm.
and it's for 6 months after surgery. Synecot for your bowels. Everybody's pretty constipated after surgery. You can actually use anything you need. You can use a Fleet Enema, Miralax, whatever you want. Just keep
Okay.
your bowels going. Phenergan is for nausea. And Prilosec we take every day for a few months just to protect your stomach from what we do to you. So all these are for after surgery,
Okay.
but I'm going to send them now so you can get them ahead of time. Your pain medication they'll give you when you leave the hospital.
Okay.
And because of the stop laws, we can't do those ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That makes sense. I'm so nervous.
Do you have any questions about the surgery?
Honestly, I don't even know what to ask.
But nobody has any questions by the time they get here, so don't feel bad.
Okay.
I have some questions.
Go ahead. I was just pulling them up.
Will she have a drain?
No.
No. Exactly what do they give her for pain control? Because I
It
like that
depends.
gas. I heard that could be
Yeah.
But,
terrible.
but 50% don't have any gas pain.
And I've heard to walk. I heard
Oh yeah, walking
helps.
is important. So,
Yes.
A lot of people have no gas pain. So what we do when we pull the ports out is we try to push all the gas out through one of the ports before we close it.
Oh,
So
okay.
if we get it all out, then those people have no gas pain.
Okay.
If there's a little left, then you'll have this shoulder pain.
Okay.
So there won't be a need for like a pain pump or anything when she
Mm-mm.
goes home.
Oh, good.
We don't use any pain pumps or at all. We use very little narcotics.
How long are most people out of work?
Depends on what they do. She's motivated. I can tell she is a worker bee. That's what we call them.
Okay.
And everybody's different. Some people really want to take their whole time off. At 4 weeks, when she comes for a post-op visit, we put everybody back to work.
Okay.
Some people want that whole 4 weeks. Some people don't.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
we tell everybody your energy level turns around from the effects of the anesthesia between week 4 and week 5. It doesn't matter if you're sitting home just laying around or if you're back to work. Your energy's going to be the same. It's going to turn around between week 4 and week 5. So
Turn around for the better.
for the better, you're just
Okay.
you know, you just wake up from bed one day and you're like, oh, I feel fine.
Okay.
And it's just the effects of that anesthesia. It takes a while to
Okay.
go away, dissipate.
If I do decide to go back,
You just send me a note and we
Okay.
put you back to work.
Okay.
As long as you're not doing any heavy lifting.
Yeah, I'm all admin, so
Yeah,
and they
that's
all
what
know
we
that
are.
I'm getting this done, so that'll be pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of heavy lifting, what's
Nothing
that
over
weight
20 pounds for 4 weeks.
for 4
Ooh,
weeks
okay.
with the
I'll
toddler?
do good.
Let him crawl into your lap.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll
And
do
with
that.
your car, he can crawl in and out of the
Yeah, he
seat.
crawls in.
And the car seat is a big issue. That's a lot of right there.
Yeah.
So you've got to
Luckily,
let
he
him.
crawls in himself already.
crawls out.
I just have to buckle him in the air. He
Yeah.
crawls out himself. So.
The rest of them are just sewn on the skin, and they're very small incisions. And the stomach doesn't sense pain. Like when you have a heart attack, you hurt on your arm. You don't
Mhm.
hurt right underneath your arm. It's the same with the stomach. You don't hurt there.
Okay.
So and the incisions are so small. It's like, you know, if you have a scratch on your skin, you don't take pain medication for it,
Mhm.
and that's what they feel like, except for the one that we sew the abdominal wall. That'll give you that moment of pause, and I need him to not be beating on you on that one
Okay.
for a little bit. How old is
He's a
he?
boy. He just turned 3 last Friday.
Oh, he should be old enough to talk to you then.
Yes.
Now, how does this Sadi compare to the sleeve? Is this
Yeah.
better than the sleeve or more effective? How so?
Both and both.
Both and both.
So it is a little bit larger sleeve,
Just 30% of my stomach. That's
Mhm.
right.
It's 30% of your stomach.
Does it
but you
fit?
also bypass a part of the small intestine that gives you that, you know, where you don't absorb as many calories. Whereas the sleeve doesn't have that aspect. There it is.
It's just cutting the stomach.
Right. It's just cutting the stomach. So, you know, a lot of people after the sleeve have weight regain. They don't have that much if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I mean, I guess if you're eating all Twinkies, it would, but if you're kind of doing what you're supposed to be doing, we don't have that with the Sadi. It's the new Cadillac right now.
And with the percentage of weight loss, you know, I've seen some people that have lost so much weight that
their head no longer goes with their body.
And a lot of people worry about that, but you know, after you reach your lowest weight, your nadir, you usually bounce up by about 10 pounds.
Okay.
And that fat kind of fattens up their face again.
Okay.
That's where it comes, it puffs back.
So I don't want to look sick.
You don't
Yeah.
look sick.
So I'm like, I think about it, I'm like, I'm not, my 600-pound life's big,
You're not going to look sick.
but okay.
Do they kind of have an estimate or estimate maybe how many pounds you lose with the Sadi? Or
So we try to
just-
get 65 to 70% excess weight. That's how they calculate it in America. In Europe, they calculate it in total weight loss. So you can't really read studies because you're probably used to your residents reading studies. You got to watch that comparison. So if you are supposed to weigh 100 pounds and you weigh 110, it tries to get 70% of that 10 pounds.
Okay. That makes sense.
So you're 5'4", you're supposed to weigh 120 according to New York.
Jesus.
That's according to the New York Life Scales.
120.
No, you'll be looking like that head
That's what
won't
you're
be
supposed
going
to-
with that body.
Okay, so we're getting checked out from her pre-op appointment. And as she's getting checked out, the sweet lady looks at me and says, I know you. I said, no, you don't. She said, I know you. And she kept looking. She said, you the cake lady. So we have a YouTube family member that's checking us out. He said, hey, from the background. I won't put you on camera. Say, hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
It's getting to a point I can't go anywhere without people recognizing me. It is. When I meet people, sometimes if they are sure it's me, then I'm like, okay, yeah, hey, everybody. But they're not sure. If they're not sure, just like she said, she said, I know you. I said, no, you don't, because I knew what was coming next. I knew what was going to get over this way. I knew what was coming next. So, y'all, I really do try to be mindful of not getting other people on this camera as much as possible. So when I saw that door open, I had to kind of move to the side, especially with us being in a medical facility too. But anyway, let's get out of here, and because dude number one is our chauffeur today, so he's picking us up. Okay, so now that the pre-op appointment is done, we are going to bring you guys totally up to speed as to where we are today. So right now we are current. Of course, with the pre-op appointment, of course, there's a pre-surgery diet that she has to do for 2 weeks before her surgery.
Yes.
Now, what I wanted to do in an effort to really support her, I told her that I would do the pre-surgery diet with her. Now, once upon a time, it used to be all liquid. Thankfully, it's not all liquid right now, but tomorrow we will be 1 week in on doing our pre-surgery diet. Yes, it is our diet.
Yes, our diet.
So we've been on the pre-surgery diet for 6 days. I have not cheated.
Me neither.
I have done. You bet not.
I'm just saying. I have not. I've seen people do it when it's their surgery time.
You
but I
bet
have
not.
I'm
So,
not.
but really, I wanted her to know that she wasn't in this by herself. And you know, sometimes it's easier to do things when you know that you're not doing it alone, that there's somebody else is doing this with you. I'm so proud of her for even making that decision and even agreeing to the recommendation of her doing this, that I want to support her. Of course, Dad is supporting her. She has support of her friends and family. Her auntie.
My friend's doing modified, but it's okay.
Yeah, her friends doing some
They're
modified
working
version.
out right now, so I'll give them that. Props to y'all.
Listen, Mama in 10 toes down,
10 toes, okay.
10 fingers.
10 everything.
Listen, we in for the long
In it.
haul. So
In it.
we are 6 days in, and we have tomorrow will make 1 week,
Yeah.
and then the next week will be
Preparing for surgery.
we will be preparing for surgery. So that's where we are. Yeah, this time next week will be the day before surgery. So you're going to be getting right with Jesus, getting your mind right. And
I'm already in that process.
Already in that process. I'm just kidding. But, it is. She's very nervous. But, again, I just wanted her to know that, she has my support. And it's also been good for me because in an effort, I've been saying for a while, I'm trying to do better with my eating. I'm trying to get back on track. This has really forced me to get back on track. Girl, I don't know how many pounds I'm down yet, but okay, we wait to see after 2 weeks. We'll wait tomorrow. And then I'll weigh again
the day before.
Even her day before surgery. Now that day before surgery, it is an all liquid diet, right?
All liquid, yeah.
All liquid. So the day before surgery is all liquid. I will do that as well. So.
Oh, you are?
Yes. Yeah.
Y'all, she the best.
I'm not gonna stop, man. We in this. Yeah. So we're gonna do all liquid that day. Y'all.
This diet is not for the weak. Okay.
It's not.
When I tell you yesterday I was irritable, I had to apologize to my friends today. They said, "Oh, we can sense it." I am annoyed. I'm tired of vegetables. I want a burger and some fries. I'm just going to be honest. There's a reason why I'm getting this surgery. But I was mad. I was like, I can't go nowhere. I can't eat nothing. I went and got some food for Jackson and he wasting fries. I had to throw them fries away. Y'all, I love fries. And that little joker wanted to waste the fries. I looked at them fries and I packed them up and I just shook my head and threw it in the trash can. When I tell you I was mad and I wanted to just get one fry and not tell my mama, but I didn't. I didn't get a fry. I promise. I did not get a fry. I threw it away and I'm so upset. But it's okay.
I think you should be proud. But then you feel
I am very proud.
Aren't you proud of yourself?
I am very proud of myself, but I'm still.
I mean, you just think, I'm with Dad. I baked the cake. I did do that. Now let me say that I forgot. During this process, I did bake a cake, a certain cake. I had to taste it on the video. I took that one bite and
That was it.
I had to taste it for the video. So, but I had to watch dude number one eat the cake and ice cream, and we eating cashews.
Okay, cashews
and salad
and pickles
and chicken.
And protein shakes.
And protein shakes been good though.
They've been alright.
They've been good. So I said, look, I need to try to keep this going. But in any event, okay, so next week this time, so you guys are totally brought up to speed right now.
Yeah.
This is real time because we're in the month of April.
Yes.
It is April, right?
April.
April 2024. We are in the month of April. So it will be time for her surgery next week this time. And so you want me to share, and because I was telling them, I said she wanted to vlog this, and I was really surprised. So Dad and I she has not seen the opening part as of right now that Dad and I did in opening you've seen it by now because that was the first video. But
and they know what I'm getting.
No. I did not tell them.
Oh.
I did not tell them because the first part of the video, I did say part one of the video, I said that we would talk about what you and your doctor decided because the doctor said it is patient choice, but of course he gave his recommendation. You can tell them which procedure you're getting done.
So I'm getting the Sadi. I initially wanted the sleeve.
You just knew you was gonna get I want the sleeve, honey.
So like before I even went to my first appointment with him, they had me look at like different videos of the different kinds of surgeries they offered, and I'm getting sleeves. Like that's what I'm getting. Mom getting sleeve. No matter what they say, I'm getting a sleeve. Then I get there, and this doggone acid reflux. She was like, "Well, you have significant acid reflux," and I was like, "It's not that bad." And she's like, "And you have EOE," and I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "You don't really want to get the sleeve," and I'm like, "Why not?" So with the sleeve, they take 80% of your stomach and leave 20 in there, so it's like a banana. That's what your stomach look like on the inside. With the Sadi that I'm getting, they leave 30% in my stomach, so it's a little bit bigger space, which is good, and they take 70%. So he told me that if I got the sleeve with what pre-existing conditions I do have, I will be breathing fire.
Yeah, he
That's
said
what
you feel like a dragon. You'd be miserable.
And
So-
I don't want to be miserable. So he said with the Sadi, I get more of I have more stomach, so it's less of it's not as narrow with my stomach. And they also kind of like redirect my intestines or something from what I can understand.
You know what? I did have a clip. If they watched the first video, because
what it was. Yeah,
these videos happened so long ago, like that was back in August. We forgot what the doctor said. So as of right now, as I'm recording this video, she hasn't looked at that clip, so she doesn't remember what all the doctor said. But he was explaining all the different surgeries, and you remember I asked him, I said, do you mind? He did not mind being on video. My boy, he started explaining. So they've seen all of that.
Yes.
He's kind of explained, because I said, if I try to explain it to you, honey, I'm going to mess up.
Okay, so y'all saw what he explained. But yeah, I'm getting what they call for short Sadi, S-A-D-I. And it's not like it's uncommon, but it's not as common as the sleeve. Like most people see the sleeve, VSG. But I know a lot of people, when I looked up the Sadi on YouTube and stuff, I didn't really see much. So that's why I wanted to do this. We have a platform enough that people might see this that are actually going through the same thing I'm going through. And I wanted someone to be able to relate to what kind of process to go through. Now, hopefully y'all don't have to go through manometry and EGDs and stuff like I did. I just had to be a little extra. But when it comes to the Sadi, just the different things that I have to do and kind of things that I have to expect. So I wanted to be able to be a platform for someone that is going through this process. They have somewhere to kind of guide and see what to expect. That's why I wanted to do this.
Right, and that's what I was telling. There was a reason why you wanted to do this video, and I told them, you know, all your, you know, just be nice and words of encouragement,
Please.
and don't let I said your internet niece or granddaughter or cousin or friend or sister or whatever she is
Whatever
to you
y'all
out
wanna
there, just be nice. She just wanted to inform them, and I told them you felt like this was a safe space to share.
It's happening, y'all.
It's happening.
I'll be honest. I am quite nervous. Don't let the smile fool you and the joking fool you. I have really, in this past 6 days, I've really been thinking, and I'm trying not to get emotional. I've really been thinking about stuff. I'm excited about this. I don't want people to think I'm not. I'm excited about this. I even talked to my auntie last night. I was like, Auntie, I don't want to just cancel it. I done invested money in this. Good chunk of change. I'm not going to cancel it. I just think about the future, me wanting to be here for my son, be as healthy as I can be, like going to simple things like going to trampoline park with him and jumping on there and not feeling like I'm above the weight.
Jump around like it's not.
Yes. Like I know y'all saw his birthday party and I was not jumping with my baby, but I took, you know, me being the host as like an excuse.
I think you would have jumped. You would have jumped, but you were hosting.
Weight limits, and I'm over their weight limits. I be seeing people on there.
I didn't notice that.
I see people probably over my weight or close to it, and they still be jumping. But I'd be like, I would be the one to go on this trampoline and then break. Like that's what I think about. It would be just my luck. So just to think like the simple things of that, and just being able to keep up with him. He has high energy, so just doing things with him and just having a better life and just showing him a better way of doing things with eating, and it's a ripple effect. So I'm really wanting to do better. I know it's not going to be easy. I know that it's not easy now.
But you have some great support.
I do. I have amazing support from my family, my mom, my dad, my friends. I couldn't ask for better support, so I'm very thankful for that. People may look at me kind of sideways when I say I want the surgery, but they're like, it's your decision. I understand completely, and I appreciate that. So I'm thankful for the people that I have behind me, but it's not. And I know people say that surgery is like a cop out or easy way. It's not easy at all. So don't think if you're deciding to do surgery that it's an easy decision. It's really not, because there's a lot of work that you have to put into it. So if you're deciding or trying to decide if you want to get surgery or not, if you want to do this, by all means do it. Make sure you do your research. Think about your why. That's my biggest thing for right now. In this pre-op time, When I want my cheeseburger and fries, I'm thinking about my why.
Dario.
Okay, Dario. I told my friend about that. Anyways, when I think about my why is for one, better health and being here for a long time for my son. I want to see monumental milestones like dude number 2 graduating. I want to see my baby be able to do that too. And I don't want to be worried about blood pressure issues or diabetes and just different. I don't want to be worried about that. I want to be able to do what I need to do for myself and for my son and to be here for a long time. So that's my biggest why. That's what makes me keep pushing through this diet.
Y'all didn't realize she can be silly like a mama, right? I think they're seeing a different side of you now because you've not necessarily done a lot of talking
No,
in
I
the
stay
videos.
behind the camera, but y'all just wait because when I'm cute, y'all. Well, when I'm slimmer, I'm not gonna say when I'm cute. I'm cute,
You're already beautiful, honey.
but
You're beautiful.
y'all ain't gonna be able to keep me away from the camera soon. Yeah.
Okay, so this video has been long enough. So that's where we are now. And the next video, you guys will see, it should be surgery day.
Y'all rolling there with me.
Okay, so hopefully we haven't kept you all too long. We're just trying to give you this information right now. This video is at 32, well, we're at, because we're doing the little clips and then coming back in. So we'll probably end up being a good 45, 50 minutes or so. But in any event, it is. Those who want to hear it all, they'll stay and listen. If not, then it's all good. All right, you guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so.
Hit the nosy.
That's turning on that notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever we're doing whatever it is we're doing, all the things. Because I told them I never would have thought we'd be doing this kind of content on our channel. But hey,
What in the world? We love y'all though.
I know, right? So thank you guys so much for watching. We already look forward to you joining us again next time. Bye.